Hi all, hope you're all well. I'm there, getting there. Still got to keep this thing on. It's been just a week now. It was just a week Tuesday I had it done. To show you that being gruesome, I'm still all plastered and sewn up and stitched up, whatever. I've got swollen bicep and still got dye in it, which I can't get off. Arrow. So I'm a bit of a muddle, so bear with me. And still getting a bit of pain. Anyway, I didn't do this video just about me. Just to talk about a few Doctor Who bits and pieces I've got for you. So, the first thing, as you've probably seen today, they've announced a new Vortex edition of the 14th Doctor and Beep the Meep, or just known as Meep. That's from the 60th anniversary story, The Star Beast, which is based on the comic from, was it 1979? I think I do remember reading it from that time. Anyway, it looks good. I've ordered it, so it'll be with me hopefully this week and give me something to do. I can review it and give you my opinion. It looks good. They've redone the head, they said. So the pictures of the head don't look too good, but the rest of it looks great. I'll give my thoughts and everything when I have it in hand. Anyway, that's that. I want to talk to you about the season 2 that's just ended of Disney Doctor Who, particularly the reality war, I think it was called. That mess. That mess. It's like trying to make a cake and you put too much ingredients in it and it ain't come out right, because that's what's happened to me. Anyway, let me tell you what. These are just rumours and gossip and hearsay. This is not fact. So I'm not saying it is. It's just rumours and gossip of what happened on the set. So I'm going to go back to season 1 of last year, whenever they filmed that. I think, when did they film that? What are we in now? 2025. So they filmed that in 2023. Um, yeah. So it'll be ready in 2024. Yeah. So Millie Gibson, who played Ruby Sunday, as you all know, she wasn't in it much. The official story is, of course, she was found her family. Ruby found her family, and she then decided to stay on Earth with them instead of travelling with the Doctor in the TARDIS. But the real reason, according to rumours, is when, if you know, her first story was 73 yards, which she was on her own, apart from a brief scene at the beginning with the Doctor before he disappears. And the reason the Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, wasn't in it much is he was still filming Sex Education, and so he wasn't always available. That's why a lot of the time he was missing last year. Anyway, so she had to film that, and she did a very good job, I thought, on her own, thrown at the deep end. Also, the other stories where he wasn't around much. Now she went to RTD Russell G Davies to complain about that. He's not on set and that, and also when he did show up, he hadn't learnt his lines. Um, so Russell D Davies didn't believe her, took shooting up my side. So she then went above his head to I don't know, maybe the heads of the BBC or something, um, and got her contract changed. Hence why she wasn't in it much this year. Um, but eventually, Russell D Davies did find out that Ncuti Gatwa was turning up and not learning his lines. Um, they did have a row, and then they fell out. Which then, of course, he then Ncuti Gatwa refused to come back to do his regeneration until then he was threatened with breach of contract. So he had to come back and do that crappy story, crappy ending with Rose Tyler, whatever call her now, Billy Piper. Not against the Billy, she's a good actor, but that ending is still infuriates me. In fact, I have never seen fans so united against this story. As I've been saying online, I enjoyed series 2. It was really good, apart from that final episode, and I think Russell T Davies needs to step down. Quit while you're ahead. Well, you're not so ahead now, but the Radio 2, I think, comedy sketch Dead Ringers did a take on it yesterday. I'm not able to give you a link, but if you just YouTube Dead Ringers Doctor Who, they've done a lot in the past, but they've done a recent one, and it really kind of, as funny as it is a bit of an eye opener of what the show became. Like, give me some loving when the Doctor would land in unit, and that didn't really click with me at first, didn't bother me until I listened to that sketch. But yeah, uh, emergency crisis, and it goes around doing saying all that rubbish. Nothing against Ncuti Gatwa. I liked his Doctor, but he just didn't get enough time. But the mess we've been left with, this open regeneration of Billie Piper back as the rumours say the Momentum Bad Wolf, and the story goes is this. So she's the Momentum Bad Wolf. She has to sort out the bioregeneration, so therefore she tracks down her doctor, David Tennant, and they've got to fix it, and then he will eventually regenerate into 16, or no, will she? No, I think she does. But I don't know whether she's tracking down the 14th Doctor or the 10th Doctor. The other story is she's playing the Valeyard, which was in the 1986 story The Trial of a Time Lord, where in part 14 the Master revealed that the Valeyard, the court prosecutor, because the Doctor was on trial for his life, was an amalgamation of the Doctor's darker side after his final regeneration, which then was 13 lives, until, of course, then the 11th Doctor got a new life cycle. And so she is him. I could see that being done by RTD, but again, it's a bit obscure, and he's only appeared in those 14 episodes, and it was a good long time ago. So I'm just hoping this, my personal opinion is this, that a new showrunner will come in. Don't go any further with this Billie Piper thing. They've retconned things in the past, so they can retcon this. So go back to the moment where she goes, "Oh, hello," she's all gushing that stupid orangey flame stuff, and then it carries on, and then turns into the 16th Doctor, and it passes it off as some weird, trippy experience, something, because that would be better than having her do 3 episodes, 4 episodes, one special of that, because the show's not going to be back on till at least 2027, because it's too late now to film a Christmas special. Next year, it would have to start filming really now to be on next year. I mean, there was talk of season 3 scripts being done. I mean, Ncuti Gatwa said on the Graham Norton show last year that he was preparing for series 3, season 3, but then that was edited out, so things went wrong. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So that's the stories I've heard. All was not well on set. Oh, and the reason why Yasmin Finney only had a brief appearance in the final is because when they had to do the reshoot, she wasn't available. So Mel took her place on the screen. Again, Yasmin Finney seemed to be a good actor, but she was hardly used. Given a job at uni to do what? She was hardly in it. I don't usually use this phrase, but just maybe a tick box exercise to say, oh look, we've got a trans person in the show as well. I mean, I'm a gay guy. I'm happy for gays and also disabled people doing it, but you can't just put them in it for the sake of it. They need to have a character and need to be part of the story. Anyway, that's just the news I've heard. And the things I did, and one other thing is Peter McTee, who wrote Kablam for Jodie Whittaker's time, that story, was rumoured to be taking over as showrunner. He also wrote some of those mini episodes for the classic Blu-ray collections, but that's a rumour. Today, this story that the former producer of Babylon 5. Would love to have a go at it. Perhaps that could work. I don't know. Just all I know, that last thing to say is both the BBC and Disney have been very, very quiet since this ended. And Russell T Davies, he's put a few likes and things on Instagram, posts, and liked a few people's posts on Instagram, and that's it. And there's just one other wee thing that just occurred of, I haven't watched this Doctor Who Unleashed 20th anniversary of special of New Who. However, I have been told by people that they skipped over Peter Capaldi's era. Wonder why that is. So they covered a bit of Eccleston, of course Tennant, Matt Smith, who apparently wanted to come back for the 60th. I would love to come back, but skipped over Peter Capaldi. So I don't know. Anyway, there we go. So that's all the news I have. I shall speak to you as soon as I get the 14th Doctor set. Take care all. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.